What happens when the science we trust fails us? Many people watch crime shows on television. They see forensic experts in pristine labs. They believe every piece of evidence tells a clear, unchangeable story. This is a common and dangerous myth. The truth is far more complex. In the real world of crime scene investigation, evidence is not always perfect. It is fragile and susceptible to error. We're going to look at forensic contamination, the fiction and the hard facts. Forensic evidence is the silent witness, a drop of blood, a single strand of hair, a nearly invisible fingerprint, microscopic DNA on a surface. These traces are powerful. They can link a perpetrator with stunning accuracy. They can also exonerate the innocent, but only if the evidence remains intact. Delicate traces can be disturbed, moved, or mixed. That process, contamination, can corrupt the truth before court. Contamination isn't a rare TV twist. It's a persistent threat at every stage. Let us define contamination in the simplest terms possible. Imagine you are baking a cake and need only flour, but a spoonful of salt accidentally falls into the bowl. The flour is now contaminated. The final cake will not be what you intended. In forensics, the same principle applies. If a police officer's own DNA gets mixed with a blood sample from a crime scene, the evidence is contaminated. The recipe for justice is spoiled. The lab might test the officer's DNA instead of the suspect's or a mixture of both, leading to confusing and unreliable results. This is the core of the problem, introducing unwanted material into a sample. Myths about contamination often downplay its causes. People believe it must be the result of a malicious act, a deliberate attempt to frame someone. The truth is far more ordinary. Contamination is most often accidental, a product of human error or the unpredictable environment of a crime scene. A paramedic rushing to save a victim might unknowingly step on a crucial piece of evidence. The damage caused by contamination extends far beyond the courtroom walls. When evidence is compromised, it poisons the very foundation of a criminal investigation. It can lead investigators down a false trail, causing them to waste precious time, wasting resources, wasting manpower. While the focus is misplaced, the actual perpetrator is free, potentially committing more crimes and evading capture. The initial error creates a domino effect, where each subsequent decision is based on flawed information. This misdirection of effort is a critical failure that denies justice for the original crime and endangers the public. The impact on the wrongly accused is immeasurable and often irreversible. Imagine being arrested. Imagine being charged. Imagine being imprisoned, all because of a stray fiber or a mismanaged DNA sample. Your name is dragged through the mud. Your reputation is shattered. You lose your job. You lose your home. You lose the trust of your friends and family. Even if you are eventually exonerated, the shadow of the accusation can linger for a lifetime. To combat the constant threat of contamination, the forensic community relies on a rigid shield of protocols and procedures. The effort begins at the crime scene. Investigators are trained to wear extensive personal protective equipment, or PPE. This includes gloves, masks, shoe covers, full-body suits. The goal is to create a barrier between the investigator and the evidence, preventing transfer of DNA or other materials. They use single-use, sterile tools for collecting each piece of evidence. Tweezers used to pick up a bullet casing are disposed of, and a fresh pair is used for the next item. Once collected, every piece of evidence is carefully packaged and sealed. Items are placed in new, clean paper bags containers. Wet items, like bloody clothing, are air-dried in a controlled drying room to prevent mold that can destroy biological evidence. Each package is sealed with tamper-evident tape and meticulously labeled. The label starts the chain of custody, a detailed log tracking everyone who handles the evidence from the moment of collection to its final presentation in court. This unbroken chain ensures accountability. Trust the disciplined professionals who protect its integrity.